We are currently only 2 weeks out from the Copenhagen Marathon 2024, and I must admit that for the past week I have been quite nervous. I actually think it's kind of stupid that I have this level of nervousness because I hit all my splits in training time and time again. But I guess that this race really means a lot to me. So tomorrow's run is going to test my current fitness and really determine if I'm ready for race day. The long run tomorrow will include 3 times 8 kilometers in marathon pace and will therefore be a great indicator of my ability to perform the 5th of May. But I will give you a more detailed description of the run after tomorrow morning's breakfast. It's Saturday morning and it's time to get some breakfast. And before the big run, I will be having my usual oatmeal with a sliced banana on top. And in a couple of my latest videos, I've showed you that I've been eating some wheat buns with honey on top before my runs. And even though it was a great carbohydrate source, I found myself to get a bit of stomach problems with the amount of gels that I consumed during a run. So I decided to go back to what I know, which is the oatmeal. And even though there is a bit more fiber in the oatmeal, I find it to sit way better in my stomach when I consume these huge amount of gels in my runs. And as usual, I'm also up 3 hours before the run to eat my breakfast. So I find that my stomach have plenty of time to digest the bowl of oatmeal. So as I mentioned yesterday, this upcoming run is going to be quite a workout and is going to be crucial for my ongoing confidence towards race day. The specific details in the run is that we're going to start with a 3 kilometer warm-up in around pace 5, and then we're going to do 3 times 8 kilometers in race pace with 1 kilometer jog in between. And then afterwards it's just going to be a 2 kilometer cool down. And fortunately I'm doing this run with one of my best friends, Mikkel, which I have mentioned a couple of times before and is definitely my favorite running partner. Just as I mentioned in my latest video about how I carb load, I've been doing this strategy where I consume some energy drink or juice about 1 hour before I do my long runs to really simulate everything that I will be doing on the actual race day. So the strategy is that I will begin drinking this 1 hour before I start my long run, and then I will use 40 minutes to consume everything. So you can see that I've marked every 10 minutes where I will be at, so I keep the time. And this way the liquid and the carbohydrate sits much better in my stomach. Then because I use these long runs as a practice for race day, I will also simulate everything else that I will be doing on the day. So in the 20 minutes from when I finish the water bottle until my run actually starts, I will consume one of these salt tabs and one of these caffeine tablets to help with hydration and my performance. And I will also consume 1 gel right before I head out the door. And to really practice for race day, I will also be carrying 8 gels with me on the run. And because about halfway through the marathon, I'm going to take one of these caffeinated gels from Mountain, I will also practice with one of them in my training in the upcoming weeks before the race. And then for the remaining of the gels, I'm just using these high five gels because they are significantly cheaper, which is also an important factor for me as a student. And besides that, they also sit pretty well in my stomach, so I am quite satisfied with using them. I just finished up my water bottle while I was doing my warm-up, and now I will consume one of these gels along with my electrolytes and caffeine tablet, and then I will head out the door. So the plan is to head out and kick some ass in this workout, and then I will see you afterwards. Wish me luck. I just returned back home from the run and the workout went so well. Me and Mikkel, we did 33 kilometers in 2 hours and 17 minutes, which is the pace of 4 minutes and 9 seconds per kilometer. I just made my way back inside, and as most of you probably know, I find it really important to get a quick and nutritious snack in the system after these long runs. So it buys me a little time to do some stretching and get in the shower and make a good breakfast before I get a real meal at breakfast. And as I've shown you a couple of times, I really enjoy eating my homemade recovery bars and also drinking a chocolate milk, because it is both filled with a good combination of protein, carbohydrates and fat, and both the things tastes really good in my opinion. I just finished doing my stretching and self-massage and made some lunch. And as you know, I really love eating my rugbrødsmadder after my long runs. And as usual, I made 3 rugbrødsmadder with egg, shrimp and mackerel to get a good combination of carbohydrates from the bread with protein and a lot of fat and omega-3 in the fish and eggs. Besides that, I just wanted to talk a little bit about the actual run today. And as you probably have guessed, this was a huge confidence booster. I'm so incredibly happy about how the run went today, and I really needed a win like this after the kind of failure earlier this week. And I know it is quite stupid of me to let one training pass influence me at the level that it did, but I'm also just learning along the way, and this is something that I want to improve going forward. But with that to the side, I think that today's run was one of the most enjoyable experiences of this training block so far. I'm so incredibly happy, and we hit the splits just exactly as we had planned to do. Besides that, I also have experienced that the amount of gels that I eat is a bit too often for my stomach, and after slowing down the pace and doing my cooldown kilometers, I get some pretty severe stomach pains, which I am not interested in having on race day. So I think that on next week's long run, I'm going to dial the gels back from every 15 minutes to every 20 minutes to see how my body responds. But the overall experience today was, as I have said a couple of times, just a 10 out of 10. I'm so incredibly happy. Besides that, I want to wish you a great rest of the day, and that I really hope that you enjoyed following me through the adventure today. Take care.